AP Statistics Group Project by Laura Horton, Nicholas Ilgandi,
Surabhi Manjrekar,
and Marina Elia from Ms. Stabler's 3rd A class.
A poll is a sampling or collection of opinions on a subject taken from either a selected or random group for the purpose of analysis. Our poll was to compare the grades of NLO students who wear sweatpants on a regular basis to the grades of NLO students who do not wear sweatpants on a regular basis.
Our question was, does school attire influence academic performance? This is especially in the form of casual wear, as those who wear casual clothing may feel the need to slack or be not as academically driven as those who put effort and thought into their school clothing. The first step of our method to the project was to create a Google form. This link would be active from December 7th to December 14th. We then tweeted this link out to 100 NLO students. The poll was then also posted in teachers' rooms and on the lowdown. This was to limit undercoverage bias by not reaching particular demographics or groups of NLO students.
Our first step was to create a Google form and include the aforementioned survey questions. Our second step was to tweet the form link out to all NLO students. The third step was to use the first 100 responses when evaluating the form. The survey was restricted to only NLO students and only the dates December 7th to December 14th.
The procedure that we used was a simple random sample. This way, every student from the NLO population had an equal chance of being polled.
To increase randomization, the survey was anonymous, and we did not choose who gets to be surveyed further than the first 100 people.
So why did we choose to study, does school attire influence academic performance? Well, for one, we believed that it was a relevant topic to the group as we're all high school students at NLO High School. We also had no knowledge on whether or not a correlation existed. And if a correlation was found, students could be influenced by dressing differently. This could be due to NLO's rigorous academic environment, thus influencing students who wish to get the best scores and highest grades to not wear sweatpants and to increase their academic performance.
Students were asked the following: how often do you wear sweatpants during the school year? How many extracurricular activities are you involved in? Do you play any sports, and if so, how many? How many A's did you get last year? How many B's did you get last year? How many C's did you get last year? How many D's did you get last year? And how many F's did you get last year?
These were all included as the final grade, not quarter or semester grades, but final grades.
Okay, so in defense of our project, there is randomization because we do not choose who completes the survey questions. The link was tweeted out and is anonymous. To avoid undercoverage or convenience bias, we also posted the link on the lowdown and on posters throughout all hallways. To avoid confounding variables such as extracurriculars, such as like sports and things, or grade levels, we specifically included these questions in our survey. And we conducted the survey for a week, and no one would be bumming in shorts or other things like that because it's cold. So sweatpants were a good go-to for comfortable clothing. And we focused the project on NLO students rather than Wake County High School students, for example, due to feasibility and relevance to our lives.
So, from the data, we saw that there was no evident connection between frequency a student wears sweatpants and their grades that they received in their classes. This shows the variety of other factors that can influence a student's grades rather than their choice of clothing attire. And there was also a noticeable connection between there was not a noticeable connection between the number of extracurricular activities and sports a student participated in and their attire. And the grade the particular students were in also showed no relation to their performance in their classes or their attire or their participation in activities.
Okay, and then for generalizations, the survey did reach a wide variety of students in our school, so it is possible to make a generalization on the entire school population based on this data. This is because there was no connection between the factors we measured, since situations for each student is different from other students. These generalizations cannot be definitively made about students in other schools, but is evident of the student body at our school.
So for pitfalls and extensions, if we were to repeat this project, we would do a cluster sample, so from all Wake County public high schools, and gather responses from all students at the chosen high school, because that may be more accurate and representative of high school students as a whole, rather than just students from Enloe. And possible extensions of this project that might prove interesting are how attire, not just wearing sweatpants, affects public high school students' academic performance, or how attire in general can affect a person's productivity.